Let's talk about Jeff. Jeff, who, like most of us, won't ask for directions, doesn't particularly like expressing himself, and, never asks for help. Well, he's just like all of us. Jeff's a really nice guy. And he's been indoctrinated into the same bullshit that we all have. Generation after generation after generation, the boys don't cry, don't be a sissy, be a man. You know, nobody wants to hear your whining. And that's all because we are not supposed to show any weakness. No vulnerability, no fault at any cost. So Jeff, like most of us, was told, be strong. But his strong, or the strong that he was taught, didn't come from that inner peace or that personal resolve. And it's only recently, of course, that Jeff contacted me, and we had this great talk about, toxic masculinity and that violence was idolized and bullying excused when he was young by boys will be boys and the sports culture of no, we've got to win. It doesn't matter who loses, we've got to win. So I've got his back, and I'd like to have your back on all of this. I'd love to have these discussions. I'd love to help you find the person who brings joy and love to every day of your life. Now, the idea of, well, that's the way it's always been, so why would we change, is because the world changed. So Jeff and I, in our discussion, we got into Esther Perel's talk, and I mentioned to him that it's true that relationships have changed. And I don't just mean dating and personal relationships, but also our companies, our communities, hell, even our friendships and our identities. The roles that were once set out for us, that were clearly defined and clearly established, they're gone. Everything has become about the negotiation, the consensus, and communication. We have to look at the fact that being a modern man has all sorts of caveats to it. Everything is so complicated and over specialized that we need advocates, advisors. We need help. We need other people. And we, as men, we're problem solvers. We fix things. We help people. We put ourselves out there. But we deserve, and many of us deep down don't believe this, but we deserve to feel loved, valuable, and safe, especially with the ones we care about. So Jeff and I had, again, we got into this great conversation about how true strength comes from within. And there is strength in the ability to be vulnerable, to show your humanity, to open up, to be able to collaborate. The reason Jeff reached out originally, so much of being widowed men especially, is that so much of our identity, so much of our permission to be vulnerable is tied into our relationship, is tied into who we were with our spouse. And that gets ripped away. That person who knew our habits so well that they could predict us. But we often forget that they're predicting our habits, not reading our minds. And that almost gives us permission to kind of close off and not communicate, which is tricky. And let's be honest, it takes effort to go back in and to muddle through, because for an outsider, having to explain where you're coming from and to have to give them the context can seem like so much effort, sometimes too much effort. And of course, being widowed, well, we tend to get forgotten. So if we don't speak up, we can get lost in the shuffle. And that can be pretty detrimental in and of itself. So here I am. And I hope that I meet more of you who are like Jeff, who are ready to come out and express yourselves. And I want to have your back. And I really do want to help you feel loved, valued, and safe with your people and find your person if you're ready. Meanwhile, let's have some discussions on this. TheWidowersWingman.com. You can book straight call with me. It's free. And feel free to reach out and let's talk. Or if you feel that you want to meet Jeff or other people, get on the monthly roundtable. If you feel like a group would be better and you want to have that kind of open debate, the roundtable is once a month. It's also free. So feel free to check that out at thewidowerswingman.com. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like if you want, but more important than anything else is to share, please, because this information isn't useful unless it's shared. So if you know somebody who would find this useful. I look forward to meeting you guys on the roundtable or meeting you guys directly, and I'll see you guys in the next video.